The NASCAR Cup Series ran their first race at the San Diego Street Course at Naval Base Coronado in San Diego, in which Heim got the win at the inaugural 250 on Sunday. The win was the first for Heim in his Cup Series career, and also the first at the top level on a road or street circuit. Heim got that accomplishment in his third team start by winning the battle against his 2311 racing teammate Tyler Reddick in the closing laps of the race. The win for Heim was a lot sooner for him in the Cup Series than he expected. It took him 3 quarters to make the winning pass, as Reddick slipped in turn 3 to give the defending NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series champion an opportunity to take the lead. The teammates were side by side through turns 3 and 4, as Reddick tried a crossover move in turn 5 on the 3.4 mile 16 turn road course, named the Qualcomm Circuit, which is the first ever NASCAR built track on an active military base. Reddick then got into the outside wall and made contact with Heim's 67 Toyota, which pushed him to the wall, but later gave up the spot and wound up getting a flat left front tire before finishing 25th. Reddick's points lead dropped to 8 over 14th place finisher Denny Hamlin, who is the co-owner of 2311, along with NBA legend Michael Jordan. Heim crossed the finish line by 10.365 seconds over his other 2311 teammate Bubba Wallace. It was the first 1-2 finish in 2311 history. Heim will also be driving full-time for 2311 next year in 2027, as he'll be replacing Riley Herbst in the third car at 2311. The win for Heim was surreal for sure. Here's Heim talking about how it feels to get his first career win and more, courtesy of Amazon Prime Video.
I'm speechless. I mean, we started the race. I think we started 13th. We fell straight back to like 20th, then put on our scuffs from qualifying and struggled just as bad. I don't know if we made any adjustments, but Booty kept telling me that these were our worst 2 sets of tires, and we were going to be just fine, and he was right. I mean, I couldn't believe it. We strapped another set of tires on and we were just fine. Hit the wall a couple times, maybe it knocked some good into the car. I have no idea. Just after stage 2, I just kind of took a deep breath and was like, I had really high expectations coming into this race. It's an even playing field for me. I don't see that every day for a young driver like myself, and I just kind of took a deep breath and reset and went after it. So caught a couple breaks with some of the good guys wrecking out, but they don't ask how many.
Heim also talked about the battle he had with Reddick as he was pacing himself not to wear the tires in the pass, and a moment he got into marbles, and more, also courtesy of Prime Video.
I don't know. I feel like, for a while there, I thought he was kind of playing with me, but, he's able to set the pace, be in the lead car, but I was kind of able to stick with it. I'm like, I'm not really burning my stuff up, so 5 to go came, and it's just kind of time to put some pressure on him, see if I could get him to make a mistake, and sure enough, he did. I guess he ended up breaking or something. I don't know what happened to him, but a lot of respect for him, though. He doored me down there in 5, I think, and gave it back to me. That's something you don't say every day. Great teammate. So, I don't know, just crazy. I mean, it feels like a dream. I hope I don't wake up from this dream, but I don't know. This is insane. Just so thankful for 2311, Mobile One, Toyota for this journey. I mean, I didn't expect to come into my part-time season and win, but here we are, I mean, it's crazy. So it hasn't even sunk in yet. I'm sure I'll get emotional in a little bit, but it really hasn't even sunk in yet.
Heim only led the final 3 laps, and despite the fact he's only running some races with 2311 this year, Reddick still showed his young teammate respect. The points leader chose not to take advantage of Heim when both 2311 cars made contact that got Heim's Camry out of shape for a brief moment while going for the lead. Here's Reddick, who is a 5-time winner this season, talking about where he felt he lost or gave away the win, and more, also courtesy of Prime Video.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. For our Pala Casino Toyota Camry, we were involved in so much today. So even have a shot at it at the end was really nice. But yeah, man, I don't know. I thought I was gonna be able to hold them off there, and yeah, we kind of just struggled with rear tire life all weekend long, and yeah, I got beat by our own stuff. So yeah, we'll try and figure this out. It definitely stings, but yeah, first and foremost, congratulations to Corey. I tried to battle back and overdid it. I really did. I ran him straight in the wall, and that wasn't right. So I wasn't going to pass him for the win that way. That's for sure, especially a teammate. And yeah, it's a real shame. I don't know if I cut the tire, during, before, or after. I'm not really sure, but really needed a good points day and had another really bad one. So we'll try and scrape together and have a decent finish in Sonoma.
Wallace finished second specifically after recovering from a 2-lap penalty for a loose wheel that came off his car and rolled between turns 9 and 10. Here's Wallace talking about how he's able to keep himself level-headed for the rest of the race after that penalty and more, also courtesy of Prime Video.
I was super frustrated. It's just so many races this year have had results with asterisk marks beside them, like the what ifs, right? What if everything went okay? And after every race, we do a debrief and we have to fill out, was it a green race or was it not? Green meaning, did everything go according to plan? And there's another no. I hate it for my crew because they are badasses, and just one little mistake costs us. It'll cost us the next couple weeks. So I had to roll the sleeves up and go have some fun. I really had fun today in the car, and I don't know. It worked out. I'm happy, but frustrated with second. Never thought I'd say that on a road course, but just there's so much potential that's just left on the table for our group, and I hate that for all of us. So I'm frustrated, but I would be a total ass if I did not congratulate Corey. Super happy for him. He's put in so much work when he's off, behind the scenes, running sim, and him and I have a really good relationship. I beat him yesterday in qualifying, but he beat me today, and so he'll have that bragging right for a while. But happy for that group. Booty calling the shots, getting him another win was really, really special. So a great day for Toyota, a great day for 2311. Appreciate all the help getting me to where I'm at on road courses. And yeah, on to Sonoma.
Wallace was also asked on how Heim makes him a better driver and more, also on Prime Video.
Well, it's bragging, right? So you look at all the stats. How many starts has he had? He's already won. It took me damn years to win my first. So he's talented and it's well-deserved, and excited to be a part of his future and race alongside him, because when you surround yourself with fast teammates like I've had with Tyler and Riley, you just elevate. You continue to elevate, and it becomes really, really fun.
Kyle Larson bit his third in his 500 Motorsports Chevrolet. Here's Larson talking about if he was thinking in his mind it might be his day after leading laps late and more, also courtesy of Prime Video.
I was, yeah, and then started to kind of die at the end of that run, and the 67 was coming, but we pitted on the same lap, and then you just never know how it's going to play out from there. I was hoping to, do what I could to manage, but again, you just don't know how it plays out. He obviously did a really good job managing his stuff behind Reddick and had enough to get by him there. So awesome job by Corey Heim. That's really cool. He's a super talented race car driver, and neat to see somebody get their first win, especially at a challenging track like this. So yeah, all in all, though, good day for our 100cars.com Chevy. We just keep swinging, and it'll work out. So just a handful of solid weeks in a row, and I'm just really proud of the team, and just keep grinding.
Here's more for Larson being asked of what he thought about the course and the racing overall, also on Prime Video.
Yeah, I was in the top 12 really all day, and I thought it was great racing. I thought it was really good, a lot of fun. You could pass in some sections. I thought we all kind of adapted really well. The first run was fun to see how it was managed by everybody, and then the track started to gain grip in the concrete sections, which was really nice because it had been so slick all weekend. And yeah, that helped, I think, give myself some confidence and everybody some confidence, and then some longevity along with it. But still, you had to take care of your tires. Like I died there at the end of that run, but a lot of fun. Restarts were crazy. That wreck was wild in a one, and glad to miss it. And it wiped out a few good cars. It just, everybody in the field probably got excited because they thought they'd have a shot to win. So I was one of them.
The rest of the top five was Zane Smith at fourth and AJ Allmendinger fifth. Chris Buescher finished sixth and was the highest finishing RFK Racing driver. He led 7 laps on the day. Here's Buescher talking about what he thought about the call that his crew chief Scott Graves made to take Buescher out of the lead, to put him on offense there, and more, also on Prime Video.
Yeah, that was the call, right? We that would have been starting on the front row with no buffer of old tires anywhere, and we had run pretty hard that run. So worked out on that side of things. The caution following when it did just didn't. So not what we needed from that side, but really proud of everybody. That was just, I think it was so much fun to drive. We got so much faster through the day to take this bodyguard by Fastenal Ford Mustang Dark Horse and be able to make that kind of run there at the end. That was, it was a blast. The first run of the day was fun all the way to the last. So good time. It was felt like back to our normal form for road racing once we got into the race. Didn't hit it right in practice and qualifying. So I just didn't come up to speed fast enough, but that was a good time.
Ross Chastain finished 7th for Trackhouse Racing. Riley Hurst finished 8th for 2311. Here's Hurst talking about how he was able to miss the big wreck going into turn 1 while he was in 4th, and more. Also courtesy of Prime Video.
I don't know. It's so tricky over there, Marty. This corner is so difficult. This asphalt is just so slick, and we're all just. I think that was the restart where everybody kind of had some confidence, and we just wanted to pick it up a little bit. And the front two, the 88, 97, I think the 33, they just kind of kept bluffing each other into turn 1, and then the marbles caught it, and I was just lucky enough to miss it there on the bottom. But yeah, all in all, a good day for this 35 car, and. Yeah, I thought we had a 4th place finish. Got moved there on the last lap by the 16, so finished 8th. But we'll take it and go try again at Sonoma.
Here's more from Herbst talking about his teammate Corey Heim, who will take over the 35 that Herbst is driving specifically, as well as talking about all 4 of the 2311 drivers being in the top 6 at the very end of the race, and more. Also on Prime Video.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm happy for them and everybody at Airspeed, and yeah, so hopefully we can keep running better for the 35.
Ryan Blaney was the highest finishing Team Penske driver as he came on 9th in his 12 Ford Mustang. Here's Blaney talking about how his day was and what he thought about it, and more. Also courtesy of Prime Video.
Yeah, I still thought it was kind of, being smart with your stuff all day. I just felt like, there in the beginning, Shane was really backing the pace up, and I'm like, man, let me just see what kind of, if I can be disciplined, am I going to pay the penalty? So that was fun, kind of trying to set your own pace and then pitting, and then, some cautions came out, everything kind of got jumbled. I feel like we, maybe we're on the wrong side of it at one point, but that's kind of just how they fell, and thought we made the right decisions at the time, and looking back on it, we probably could have changed a couple things up, but overall, really good job. Appreciate Jonathan for working on it all day. All the 12 boys. I'm happy I didn't really hit much, so that was good. I had a really good points day, and it was awesome to be out here, to be honest with you. The fan atmosphere was fantastic all weekend, so I appreciate the Navy, appreciate Coronado for having us out, and appreciate the Worth Group, Ford Racing for doing what they do, Menards, and looking forward to Sonoma.
Michael McDowell rounded out the top 10 with his 10th place finish specifically. Here's the driver of the 71 Spire Motorsports Chevrolet talking about his day and when did he think he will have a top 10 and more. Also courtesy of Prime Video.
Yeah, when that wreck happened up front with SVG and Connor, we got into that and got a lot of damage on our defense unicorn Chevrolet. So lost a lot of track position, but we rebounded there at the end. I'm proud of the effort. Just bummed out. I mean, top 10 is not what we came here for. We were hoping for more, but it could have been disastrous. So glad we got back into the top 10, and we'll head to Sonoma, hopefully get a little bit better finish there.
Not long after a restart on lap 32, a violent crash in turn 1 took out several notable contenders. As the field was spreading out up front, there was contact exiting turn 1, which caused a multi-car crash that included Connor Zilic, Austin Hill, and pole winner Shane Van Gisbergen, as well as other contenders. Zilic hit the concrete barriers hard, as the crash also included his Trackhouse Racing teammate and fellow Red Bull driver, with pole winner SVG, who was part of the 3-wide battle earlier. Here's Zilic's thoughts on the incident and more. It's just unfortunate to end the day like that for both Red Bull Chevrolets, with Shane and I. Said Zilic will let 8 laps before leaving in 37th place. We had a really fast car today. We got out front, and it felt really good, but that's how it goes sometimes. Here's more from Zilic. I had a lot of fun leading my first Cup Series laps, he said. Just super proud of this entire number 88 team, but hate to see the day end this short. When you have a chance to go win a race, and you're in a prime spot to do so, but get put in a position like that, it's extremely tough. Van Gisbergen was also disappointed, and here's his thoughts and more. A real shame, said Van Gisbergen, who was knocked out of the race and finished 38th. The Red Bull Chevy was unreal fast once the track kind of rubbered up. Yeah, a real shame. Ty Gibbs' Toyota also got a lot of damage in the incident, but he recovered to finish 15th. Other notable finishers included Chase Elliott finishing 12th, Daniel Suarez 13th, Chase Briscoe 17th, Joey Logano 18th, Carson Osavar 19th, Alex Bowman 26th, Formula 1 driver Kevin Magnussen, who made his NASCAR debut, finished 27th, local driver and 7-time Cup Series champion and NASCAR Hall of Famer from El Cajon, California, Jimmy Johnson finished 28th, Josh Berry, who will be replaced by defending NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series champion Jesse Love at Wood Brothers Racing in 2027, was 29th, William Byron 32nd, and Brad Keselowski 34th, respectively. Christopher Bell was credited with a 39th place finish after having to exit the car early in the race. Due to recovering from a fractured wrist he suffered at Michigan International Speedway 2 weeks before this race. O'Reilly Autoport Series driver Brent Cruz took over for Bell during the first caution, but suffered a mechanical failure, which ended the 20 cars day on lap 30. Denny Hamlin, who bid his sport team in his 11th Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota Camry, talked about which part of his day made him happier, that he cut this regular season points lead to 8, or that his young driver wanted his 13th career start, and more, courtesy of Prime Video.
I mean, the driver part. I mean, the points is the points. Yeah, really happy for Corey and that whole team. Dave Rogers doing such a great job over there putting that fourth effort together and, piecing together guys that we got in the shop and some development guys. And, we gave Corey an agenda this week saying, at each start, here's what we expect, here's our expectations, here's what we want you to work on. I don't think this was on the agenda for San Diego. So, he's been good at road course racing anyway. But, he's, as Blaney said, he's going to be a problem.
Hamlin also talked about being 1 second away from catching the caution right and having a much better finish than 14th and more. Also on Prime Video.
No doubt. I mean, this is I felt really good about, where our car was all day. I mean, I'm at the line on pit road, and he says, I don't think you're going to make it. So I steered hard left, and caution came out. So, yeah, that stunk, and, had to restart, I think, 19th or 20th on that last restart and only could get back to 14th. But inside the top 15, check the box of that's what our agenda and our goal was for this race, and go to Sonoma and try to do the same thing.
Hamlin was also asked on what he wanted to tell Heim after Heim's win, and more, also on Prime Video.
The maturity that he has, his racecraft is far beyond his years of age. So, that's it's hard to get all the pieces of the puzzle of a driver all in one driver, but I really feel optimistic that he's got all the tools that he needs to succeed, and again, I think he's going to hit the ground running next year and be a tough competitor. But it's great to see all the 2311 cars up there. Bubba Wallace finishing second. They said he drove right to P2 there on that first run. So great job by them. Riley as well. I saw him up front most of the day. So Dave Rogers deserves a lot of credit for what he's doing over there, making those cars what they are, and it's proud to see the results show.
The race had 7 cautions for 11 to 75 laps at Naval Base Coronado. There were 20 lead changes amongst 13 drivers, as Ryan Blaney led the most laps with 12, just like his car number, and Kyle Larson led 11. Reddick led 9 laps before Heim tracked him down towards the end of the race. Congratulations to Corey Heim on winning at the San Diego Street Course at Naval Base Coronado. But before we continue with that, I want to talk about Kyle Busch, as it's weird to talk about a race without him, as he passed away in late May for severe pneumonia that turned into sepsis. So my condolences to his wife Samantha, their children Brexton and Lennox, Kyle's parents, his brother Kurt, everybody at Richard Childress Racing and Joe Gibbs Racing, and everybody in the NASCAR community and racing community. It was definitely shocking and sad what happened with Busch there, especially with his passing, because of the fact that he was so young, as he was only 41 at the time of his passing especially. And Denny Hamlin compared Busch to the Kobe Bryant of NASCAR, which is a pretty incredible coincidence, especially because of the fact that both Kobe and Busch wore 8 during their careers, especially, and both passed away at age 41, with Kobe in a tragic helicopter crash back in 2020, along with his daughter Gianna, and 7 others there in California. And Busch, especially with his illness there, also at age 41. It was also a coincidence that their both of the initials were KB, so definitely a lot of coincidences there, especially. So definitely, I agree with that, especially how Busch was an incredible driver in his career, especially winning 234 races across all 3 national series in NASCAR. So definitely had an incredible career, especially, and what an incredible tribute there, especially by Hamlin as well, as he tied Busch with wins there, especially with his 63rd win at Michigan International Speedway, especially celebrated with the flag, a la what Jeff Gordon did in 2007, tying Dale Earnhardt when he had his 76th win. That was back at Phoenix International Raceway that year. And then Hamlin passed Busch and wins the next week at Pocono Raceway. So definitely what an incredible tribute there, especially that Hamlin did as well. And Hamlin also honored Busch with his win at Nashville Super Speedway by doing a bow, which Busch was known for doing after wins also. And what an incredible tribute there as well by NASCAR, honoring him there at Charlotte Motor Speedway before the Coca-Cola 600. Especially that race is somber as it is because of it being on Memorial Day weekend and all that. Definitely what an incredible tribute there, especially lap 8 also being silent for a couple races there during the Amazon Prime Video part of the schedule. So definitely, and shout out to Steve O'Donnell there as well, being there at the track as well, honoring Busch and everybody gathering around the Busch family. Definitely that was pretty cool. And Daniel Suarez won that race, so definitely it's just hard to believe that Busch is no longer around, especially. So definitely we all have our day when it's time to go. Especially, it was Busch's day when he passed away, but it still doesn't make it any less sad. So rest in peace, Kyle, and he'll never be forgotten. So he'll definitely be in the Hall of Fame as soon as he's eligible. So definitely that's something there especially. So, and rest in peace also to legendary broadcaster and Hall of Fame NASCAR driver Ned Jarrett, who passed away earlier this month in June as well. So as New York Yankees broadcaster and ESPN New York radio host Michael Kay would say, this is like the candy store or the toy store, especially because of the fact that when you watch sports, it takes away from like the things that happen in real life and all that. But sometimes real life blends into like racing, which is what happened with Busch and Jarrett's deaths there. So, and Kobe's death was like that with the NBA as well. So, but it happens when real life deaths affect the sports world when it's normally an escape from reality. But it is what it is there, especially. So, but yeah, on a lighter note, Corey Heim, yeah, what an incredible win for him there, especially because of that fact that he wasn't expected to be able to win this quickly, especially because of the fact that he's not racing full-time in the Cup Series till 2027. But that just shows how incredible talent he has. The fact that he's won in his 13th start just shows you he's ready for the Cup Series, and I'm happy he's finally getting that ride. So definitely he deserved it. So definitely that was pretty cool that he got the win so fast, especially because of the fact that he's already won, despite the fact that he's not full-time yet, before Connor Zilic, who is racing full-time in his rookie year in the Cup Series. So definitely that's pretty crazy that Heim got that win, but definitely it's pretty cool there as well. It's because of the fact that it just shows that with that kind of talent, he's going to win a lot of races, and definitely I expect it to be a factor to compete for championships and all that. Definitely it's not a surprise that he became a full-time driver, especially in the Cup Series with 20-11. So definitely I expected that was going to be the case when his first announced. So definitely that's pretty cool for Heim. So especially because of the fact that what he did last year in the Craftsman Truck Series, winning 12 races and a championship and all that. So definitely he earned his ride there, especially in the Cup Series. So definitely that's pretty cool there, especially. So, but as I talked about Corey Heim wins before on the channel in the Craftsman Truck Series, such as his 2024 win at North Wilkesboro Speedway and his win at Rockingham Speedway this year. So I highly recommend those videos, and I'll leave those in the description. So definitely it's pretty cool to be able to talk about his wins in the Craftsman Truck Series and now in the Cup Series as well. So, and for him to be able to do it there at the Naval Base Coronado in the San Diego Street Course there especially, that was a pretty cool win that he got to do there, especially because of the fact that it was a more level playing field, because of the fact that no driver had ever raced there in NASCAR before, because of the fact that it's a new track. So definitely that gave Heim an advantage to be able to take advantage and win the race, since it was all on an equal level playing field. So despite the fact that Heim has had a lot of races in the Cup Series, so definitely that's pretty cool there, especially. And yeah, it's a pretty cool track there, especially San Diego, to be able to race at the Naval Base Coronado. And it's a beautiful military base there, especially by the water and all the ships and all that. Definitely pretty incredible views there, especially for the drivers to be able to see the track and all that. And especially for the military there, especially being the base for the Navy and all that. It was also pretty cool there, especially because of the fact that it's an active military base. There were still like members of the Navy that still had to work, basically doing their regular thing while the race was still going on. So, but still, it's pretty cool that there were Navy members that got to still watch the race and all that. There was an incredible view of the track and all that, an incredible show. It's also pretty cool that iRacing got involved as well there, especially as they designed the track and all that. And definitely it was pretty cool to be able to see it in iRacing before the race happened, especially. Plus, I watched the NASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Championship Series, in which Bobby Zelensky won that race. So that was pretty cool to be able to see what the track looked like before it ended up being on the real thing. So that was pretty cool there, especially because of the fact that iRacing also designed the Chicago Street Course. So that was pretty cool there, especially. But yeah, there was a lot of marketing for this race in San Diego. Definitely was a race I was really looking forward to talking about and watch it, because of the fact that it's unique and all that, because of the fact that NASCAR never raced on an active military base before, and there was a lot of marketing for this race, especially with commercials and all that, and skits involving several drivers in the Cup Series as well. So that was a pretty cool thing there, especially. Kind of gave a little bit of Top Gun vibes, especially because of the fact that part of that movie took place in San Diego, obviously not at the Naval Base Coronado, but definitely reminded you of that movie. So definitely that's pretty cool there, especially. And definitely was a pretty incredible show there, especially, even though it did get wild there, especially at times there, especially with the crash with SVG and Austin Hill and Connor Zilic. But for the most part, it was definitely a pretty interesting show, especially. Yeah, there were drivers that spun out at times there, especially, but definitely it was also a close call there for SVG earlier in the race, as he would have avoided an incident that would have blocked the entire track, kind of like what happened there in Chicago. So definitely good points out of these drivers at that part of the race to be able to avoid any incidents. So definitely that was pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, it's pretty cool to be able to see the military there, especially. It's appropriate because of the fact that it's for the 250th anniversary of the United States. So definitely that's pretty cool there, especially. So shout out to everybody who's in the military, and we thank you for your service and all that. So definitely that's pretty cool. And also I see San Diego in video games besides iRacing. Obviously iRacing is a simulator. And seeing it in Midnight Club 3 Double Edition Remix, especially that's a pretty fun city there in the game. And also you get to drive on a military base, sort of. You get to drive to the top of the base on an aircraft carrier there, especially. So definitely it reminds you of the one there at the Naval Base Coronado. So I thought I mentioned that as well. So definitely that's pretty cool there, especially. But yeah, speaking of the race and all that, that was pretty cool to be able to see the Amazon Prime Video back there at the track in their second year of covering NASCAR races. It was their final race there this year, but definitely was pretty cool to be able to watch those guys there, especially with Daniel Trotta, Steve Letarte, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Corey LaJoie there as well back at the track there, especially. Carl Edwards was only at the track for one race with the Coca-Cola 600, as his spot was rotated by other drivers with Mark Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski, and Jeff Gordon only in the pre-race for San Diego. It was cool to be able to see Jeff there about the track there, especially in a broadcast role, especially, as he hadn't done that in a while. So that was pretty cool to be able to see him there reunited with Junior and Jimmy Johnson there as well. So definitely a nice little Hendrick reunion there, especially. So definitely that was pretty cool. And obviously the boob is again with Junior, Letarte, and Adam Alexander. So definitely that's pretty cool there, especially. And Marty Snyder, Kim Coon, and Trevor Bayne returned to pit road there as well. So definitely it was pretty cool to be able to see those guys cover the races again. It's a shame that it's over now, especially since TNT will take over for the next 5 races, with the same booth of Junior, Letarte, and Adam Alexander will continue for the entirety of TNT's run as well. So definitely that's pretty cool to be able to see them back at the track there, especially. So definitely that's pretty cool there, especially. But it was good to still see Carl there in the pre-race, even though he wasn't at the track besides the first race. He was still part of it because of the fact that he is an official Prime analyst. So definitely that's pretty cool that he was still showed, especially the segment there in San Diego as well, when he was working out there at the military base. That was pretty cool there, especially to be able to see that segment because of the fact that Carl is such a fitness junkie, especially. So definitely not a surprise that he was able to handle those workloads pretty well. So definitely that's pretty cool there, especially. But yeah, congratulations again to Corey Heim on getting his first career Cup Series win there at the Naval Base Coronado in San Diego. So definitely he's got incredible confidence there, especially moving forward and all that. And he should definitely get more seat time with 2311 because of the fact that he's led a number of laps this year, especially as he led 69 laps at Texas Motor Speedway as well. Nice. So definitely he's shown that he can lead laps. So definitely he should get more seat time because of the fact that with more seat time, he'll continue to get better and better. And it's definitely going to be scary for the competition once he finally races full time in the Cup Series next year, so in 2027. So definitely that'll be pretty cool there, especially. And I'm looking forward to seeing Corey Heim race and all that and see what he does moving forward, all that. So definitely I'm a fan of his. And, definitely it'll be pretty cool to see how he does there, especially. So good luck to Heim in the future. And he continues to keep racing like this. He's definitely going to be hard to beat. So definitely that'll be pretty cool to watch there, especially. So, and this win is the first of many. And it'll definitely be a lot of moments with Heim time as well. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like. And if you are brand new, subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.